Hello everyone, just a quick little update whilst we get back into film saw recently. Scre4m. Scre4m is, I don't know, it's a confusing fucking film. It's obviously the fourth installment in the Scream films, but it also likes to class itself as a bit of a remake or reboot. But it's fucking not. It's terrible. And I went in with very low expectations. I actually only went to see this based on bad recommendations from like Brad Jones and things, out of a sort of morbid curiosity of what would happen to the franchise. Because Scream 3 fucking sucked. And Scream 1 is quite bad. But nothing to this. Watching Scream 4 is actually the stupidest film decision I've watched recently. And I recently sat down and watched Birdemic and rewatched Manos Hands of Fate. So, it's fucking awful. The characters... Well, first of all, it starts out with these fucking awful actors. And it takes about as long as when you watch Tommy Wiseau in The Room. You know, the first line and then a bit of you just sort of dies inside. It's kind of like that with this film, except really big production values. But then it's like, it gets stupid and like name drops Facebook and later on Twitter and the fucking internet. It made the internet sound like forced product placement. That takes fucking skill. But it turns out it's a movie within the movie, and Anna Paquin and someone else are watching it and talking how shit horror films are lately, and it just generating shit sequel that's really predictable and just name dropping things like Facebook. And that's when they joke like, yeah, it should have been Twitter and things like that. And then Anna Paquin is just bitching, and then suddenly her friend stabs her. Her motive being, she won't shut the fuck up. And the acting here is terrible as well, and you're just kind of like, please don't let this be a film. And I like Anna Paquin, who, for some of you who don't know, is like Rogue in the X-Men and Suki Stackhouse in the True Blood series. But I fucking hated her. She was only in it for about 30 seconds and I wanted to punch her in the face. But that's another movie within the movie. So this film has actually gone and done the movie within a fucking movie. And it goes downhill from there. As all characters are back from the others, except for Liev Schreiber, but I think he died in like the third one. But all the others are back, like Dewey, Courtney Cox, Neve Campbell, everyone's back. And they're all okay. It's just everyone who's new to the franchise is fucking awful. There is not one exception I can think of. And the story is, it's quite predictable. I'm not going to give too many spoilers away because it's still in theatres. But there are two killers to look out for, and I guessed one and was kind of suspicious about the other, but I didn't guess that one because I was too busy thinking it was someone else, who turned out she was just a creep. But the twist is, you don't care, but you still think it's just fucking stupid. It's just kind of like, oh, okay. Wait, that's stupid. When they actually explain their motives behind it, it doesn't hold up to anything. And it's not funny. I know like Brad Jones and things like that have a big problem with these films being really pretentious. But I've never found too much of a problem. Like I say, Scream 1 has its problems, but had a really solid opening, Drew Barrymore. And I quite liked Scream 2, because I liked how it was sort of spent most of the time sort of talking about sequels and how they are. I know it sounds stupid, but I enjoyed what it actually felt like to watch. It's like just a big debate with friends about sequels being shit. The third one was terrible. But this fucking one. Sorry about that. This is the first one of the films where I really did just think this is the most pretentious fucking film I've ever seen. Or at least in quite some time. And it was just shut up. Because, like, Scream 2 had about 10-15 minutes where they're all just talking about sequels. And that's quite fourth-walling, really. But it worked because they were like in a film school. So it made sense for them to be talking about films and sequels. You know, they set up a scenario where it made fucking sense. In this one, there's just characters saying about remakes, and remakes suck, and remakes have new killer rules, and don't fuck with the original if you're a remake. And it's just, shut the fuck up. I don't care. And then there's even a bit where someone is getting killed and is talking to the killer saying, you can't do this, it's against the rules, because I'm gay and that's against the rules. And it's like, I'm a big fucking film geek, but fucking killer comes to me, I'm not gonna be telling him it's against the rules to kill me. You know, that's like going up to Jason and go, you can't kill me, I have water, and according to Freddy versus fucking Jason, you're scared of water, so you can't come near me. You know, fucking stupid. There is one good part of Scream 4, and I suppose it's not really a good part, it's just when you sink that low, any high is quite high for you. It's just, so almost interesting. And it's these two fucking cops, they're just sat in the car, again, just pretentiously talking, going, I'm sick of being a cop in this type of shit. Oh, what do you mean? Oh, cops always die in these films. They're always like, rookie, day away from retirement, blah blah blah. And one of them just sort of goes, well, unless you're Bruce Willis, and then goes off, and sure enough, he's fucking stabbed in the head. And as he falls, he's just like, ugh, fuck Bruce Willis. That made me smile. It wasn't enough for like a laugh, but it was still like, huh. That's bad when like the best fucking line in your movie is fuck Bruce Willis. But as I looked, like of time of recording this on like IMDb, this is the highest rated Scream. Yeah, I think the first one had about 7.2 out of 10, 2 has like 5, and 3 has about 5 as well. This one has like 8. That's fucking ridiculous. And this is pretty much really made its money back quick. And it doesn't seem to be from like morbid curiosity like me. It seems from people who are genuinely really excited with it and fucking love it. Because there's forums begging for a 5th, and it's been confirmed. This was supposed to set off a new trilogy. Well, if it's a new fucking trilogy, don't call it Scream 4. Make it a separate line. You know? I'm not saying just call it Scream again and do that remake thing, but give it a fucking subtitle or something, like when it went from Star Trek to Next Generation. They stopped numbering and started giving them fucking taglines. You know, make it stand out, and it's not a fucking remake. Because a remake is for people who've seen nothing to do with The Office and want something fresh and up to date. This continues the fucking story, and I think if I hadn't seen the original trilogy, I would be completely lost. because I've not seen them in years, and I was still a bit hazy going, what happened with them? I'm guessing that happened in something else. You know, you can't just go into this and completely understand it all, which stops it being a remake. You know, that'd be like if I went to see the Nightmare on Elm Street remake, which is a piece of shit by the way, and Freddy had already done everything and had already come back to life again. It's like, well, that's just a sequel. You know, you can't reference the other series and continue the storyline from the other fucking series. You know, that'd be like if the remake of Friday the 13th picked up trying to explain how Jason came back to life from another installment. It's like, well, it's a new line of films. You don't have to connect, because that's a sequel. And I'm sorry, I know I keep harping on the remake thing, but it really is most of this film, other than the fucking horrible technology that's shoved in. It was like, there was a bit of me like, oh, what are they going to do that's, you know, new to the table? Webcams. The killer and some of the fucking victims use webcams. One of the fucking kids uses it to record his entire life and stream it live on the fucking web. And even the serial killer sets up webcams to record him killing people, and it's just... I can see what they're trying to do, because nowadays the main things we seem to be doing are like either remakes or films like Wreck and Cloverfield, where it's all through a camera. But it doesn't really, you know, do anything with it. It's just, oh, kids these days have webcams. Kids these days go on the internet. And I'm kind of curious, like, what you people think. Like, if you've seen it or not, you know, comment, discuss it, say what you thought. And do you want there to be a Scream 5? Or are you like me and the apparent minority that thought this was fucking awful? So yeah, just comment, let me know. Thanks for watching.